Alright, Improvisation Center back again with another little task that I have on my hands, and that's changing motor mounts in the old Scion, which after 190,000 miles, it's more than overdue for them because the engine is jumping and makes noise when it's in gear. But anyway, for anybody that knows a front wheel drive car, you'll know transverse mounted engines are typically set up with 4 motor mounts. You'll usually have one in the front right there. You'll have one on the right side taking the front of the engine and hooking it up, and then you'll have 2 of them underneath there somewhere that are usually going to be a pain in the butt to get to. But yeah, so right now what I'm going to try to do is get these easy ones out first, and then we're going to go ahead and start working on the ones in the back because it's going to call for me to go underneath the car. So let's get started. Now, as we could see here, this first one here, it has a bracket mounted to the transmission that we're not going to take out. We're just going to take the 2 bolts out that actually are accessed from underneath, which means taking out the little splash pan, the plastic piece in the bottom, and 1 large bolt. Also going to need to get a jack underneath your engine. I'm going to have to do the same thing, put a block of wood, or if you got a transmission jack, something to hold the engine up, as well as to lift it up a little bit to get the spacing you need to remove the motor mount and make things a little bit easier on yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up and get this mount off and swapped out. Alright, as you can see, I removed the plastic panel out of the way enough to get to it. Got the engine on the jack with a piece of 2x4. Now underneath here, got 2 big holes. Those are your access points to get to the bolts that are holding the bottom of the mount in. So I'm gonna take those bolts off along with our big bolt right there, 14 millimeters. Go ahead and get those off. Alright, got the first motor mount out, and it is clearly trashed. The large bolt that's held in is actually a nut and a bolt, so you will need a wrench, still a 14, to get that bolt off. But otherwise, you can see, pretty quick and easy to get off. So go ahead, put the new one in, then we're going to move on to the next one. You will probably find that you'll have a little bit easier of a time getting the bolts to line up underneath by removing this piece of metal right here. I just took 1 bolt off so I could swing it out of the way to fully expose the holes, because obviously designers would have it where otherwise useless pieces of metal or other material would be just straight in your way, keeping you from being able to do important stuff. So yeah, just a little note, you might have to move that piece of metal out of the way to get to these holes a little bit better. But otherwise, and also don't tighten them up before you get the big bolt on, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time lining everything up. So yeah, just put everything on loosely. Once you got everything in place, then you tighten it up. Alright, put the splash pan back up, that other little stupid metal piece that I was talking about. Now we're going to go to this motor mount here, which in order to get to it, it's got 14 millimeter bolts just the same. That big one right there is more than likely going to be a 15 or a 16 if this camera would focus. Yeah, right there, that's probably a 15 or a 16, but I'm going to have to remove this coolant bottle out of the way to get some access so we can get it off. This bracket here will also need to come off just the same to get everything off. This is going to be an instance where I am going to have to jack the engine up some, so start pulling stuff off. Well, I managed to get this motor mount out after some struggling, fighting, cussing, and other stuff, but it too is bad. And when I say I had to struggle, this is the struggle. Yep, like a bloodbath here. I had to fight to get the power steering pump off because it was in the way along with all these tubes and everything. And this little metal bracket here, couldn't get that off easily because if you look and see right there, this thing here is in the way. And there's a long stud holding part of the bracket onto the engine, along with another stud that you could see kind of right there at the bottom that I had to get a nut off from underneath. That wasn't that bad, but the fact that I couldn't get the whole bracket off easily was bad. And I could have probably continued just pulling stuff apart, but either way it goes, it sucked. But I had to get the power steering pump out so I could move all these hoses and stuff out of the way enough to be able to get the old mount out. And one of the bolts to the mount is probably going to be a pain in the butt to get back in easily, but we'll see what happens. The power steering pump, because the hoses have never been removed on the pump, which is right there, I had to cut them off with that thing. So I'm going to end up putting regular screw down worm clamps back on, because I actually despise these little compression clamps. I hate whoever made those things. They need to burn for that, because those things suck. So yeah, it's my rant. Now I'm going to go ahead, put this new mount in, and put all this trash back together. Okay, after some more struggling, I managed to get this thing put back in. Ended up having to use the old bolt here because, well, factory defect, whoever put the new bolt in cross-threaded it enough to damage the tread some to make it not want to grab when I tried to put the thing in there. But in order to get everything lined up, that big bolt right there, I had to put these other bolts in loosely just to keep everything lined up on the 3 14mm bolts at the bottom, and be able to move the mount around in order to get the big bolt put in, and then slowly work that bolt in without cross-threading that one either. But after I got the big bolt in, then I was able to go ahead and tighten the rest of these and tighten the bracket up and get it all situated, and then of course put the power steering pump back in along with regular worm clamps, because we are not going back with the spring loaded ones. I hate them things, as I said. Next, I gotta put the radiator coolant reservoir back in right here, and then we can at least write off the second motor mount. And we got 2 more to go underneath there somewhere that we're gonna have a good old time trying to mess with. Well, greetings from underneath the engine of the car, which is on 2 jacks and a tire for safety's sake, because having 3,500 pounds land on your chest does not make for a good day. But anyway, here is our third motor mount right here, or probably more known as a transmission mount since it's bolted to the transmission. But this unit is held in with 3 bolts, well, studs really, and you can see a couple of them right here. Got right there a stud, then you got right here is a bolt, and then under here are 2 more studs to access. And of course there's going to be a big ass bolt up in there somewhere that I have to somehow figure out a way to get some tools in to reach. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start pulling bolts off and try to get this hunk of shit out. Alright, managed to get the bolts off. As for the big bolt on this mount, I had to go in from the side, which of course meant pulling the tire off earlier, which I'd seen I was going to have to do anyway. So using our impact wrench with an extra long extension, or a couple of extensions, I was able to go in there, reach it, and get the bolt out. So after pulling the other bolts off, one of them I was actually off on, it was the one right next to it, but we got the bolts off, and now we're going to go ahead and pull the mount out all the way and swap them out. Okay, I managed to finally get this rear transmission mount out of here. You can clearly see it's shot, and these cars are a pain in the ass to get motor mounts out, I'll go on record to say. But I ended up having to disconnect the sway bar in order to be able to get just enough clearance to be able to work this oversized hunk of metal out of here. Now, I tried to go around the backside through the exhaust, and that didn't work. But this oversized chunk of shit right here is stuck in this little tiny ass cavity right here. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to repeat the same thing in reverse to put that new chunk of shit back in here and put all the stuff back together that I had to take apart in order to try to actually remove this chunk of shit right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this new chunk of shit back in here and get everything back together and contemplate whether I actually want to try to attempt the fourth one or say fuck it. So let me go on and get this new chunk of shit back into that little tiny crevice of a spot so we can at least try to say we got something done today. Okay, I got the little chunk of shit back in. Had to struggle getting it in too. So, yep, that's pretty much the case with this car. You're gonna struggle when it comes to changing motor mounts, but got the big bolt in first and then went ahead and tightened down all the nuts and the one bolt underneath. Not gonna put the sway bar back up yet because I don't know what's in store for me for this final motor mount. So I'm gonna go ahead and survey that and see what the deal is. But I will have to put this tire back on because I gotta jack up the other side to see what it looks like from that angle. Okay, while I thought the last motor mount was somewhere underneath, I was gravely wrong. The last motor mount is on the driver's side, underneath where the battery tray and air cleaner box and all that good stuff are sitting at. Which, if you hadn't figured out already, means, yep, removing the battery tray and the air box and all this other crap in order to get access to this final mount. But you know what? After all the stuff that I had to deal with the other mount, removing a few things quick and easy probably ain't going to be that bad. So I'm going to put this other stuff back together on the passenger side along with the exhaust pipe and everything that I took off initially for the rear mount. And then we're going to go ahead and start pulling stuff apart out here. Okay, like I said, of all the mounts, this is probably going to be the easiest one because, well, taking the air cleaner box loose and the battery tray loose are really relatively easy. Just a few bolts and everything is out, including the battery, other part of the air cleaner box. As you can see, here's the mount. Other than a couple little odds and ends, like these wire harnesses and stuff, it's pretty much open here. Go ahead and get this right here. Hold on, here we go. Get that out of the way. Now, as you can see, we have an exposed motor mount. Real quick, not even 5 minutes to take all the bolts loose, and here we go. So probably just like all the other motor mounts, we're looking at 14mm bolts and maybe a 15 or something, but either way, go ahead, get the jack back under the transmission here to hold this engine up and get this thing loose and changed out. All right, like I said, this one was quick and easy. 4 bolts on the frame rail right there and one large bolt holding it to the bracket on the transmission, and bam, this thing was out. And got our new one right here that pretty much goes right back in same exact way. Get that wire harness right there situated, and that's pretty much it right there. Just got to put the bolts in. So go ahead, get the bolts put in and put all this crap back together and write off this Charlie Foxtrot of a project. This chunk of shit is finally in, bolted up. I could put everything back together, and just like I said before, I'm able now to write off this Charlie Foxtrot of a project. So let me put this back together and walk away from this car. All right, it's done. It's finally done. Everything is put back together. All 4 of these miserable motor mounts are in, and hopefully I will never have to touch them again in the life of this car. So yeah, contrary to any videos you might have seen on YouTube where they only are a few minutes long, making it look like this whole thing is just a cakewalk, let me warn you, it's not. It's a pain in the ass. It's been about 5 hours probably before I finally concluded this whole project. And even though I've been stopping and starting to shoot a few little takes here and there, it has been a long day just to change these 4 motor mounts. So fair warning, if you have one of these cars and you need to change motor mounts, you better set aside one whole off day so you can actually tackle this and be able to somewhat take your time, because if you don't, you're going to get pissed off like I am, and you'll probably run the risk of hurting yourself in the process. So better exercise caution, because you will be underneath this car for a long time while trying to get that rear motor mount out, just the same as the one on the passenger side. So fair warning, this job sucks, but I got it done. So hope this helps if you have to do this job on your car. Until the next time, now I'm going to shower and get a little bit of rest.